So I got this new Precor spinning bike in, stationary bike. We're going to unpack it, we're going to set it up, and then we're going to test it. So let's get started. Alright, those are my pedals. Handlebars. Boy, this is packaged very nicely. This is my seat. Right now I'm just going to unpack and after I unpack it, you'll see yeah, I'm not lifting that out. Okay, we're going to have to cut the box further. So I'm going to cut the front of the box. Cut right in the corner here. Should not interfere with the bike or parts. I'm going to do the same thing here. The bike is pretty heavy. And there it is. Okay. These are just silicone gel, which basically to prevent any moisture from building up in the box, prevent any rust. So pull it out. Do a pretty nice job of taping everything in here. You just have to be careful that you don't cut anything. Except for the tape, obviously. Sorry I'm standing in front of the camera a little bit. Alright, our directions. Our parts. These are our directions on how to put it together. I'm going to go and sit down a little bit and read about, this is going to be nice, see what tools I need, read about building the bike with all the parts that we just offloaded. You can see here I have some cardboard down, and I'm using the cardboard also because I just cut the flap, the front flap, to make it easy to get the bike out of the box. And so you don't scratch the floor or anything. So it's good to have some cardboard. You can use cardboard from the box. It all works fine. whichever works. I'm going to go and read a little bit now so I can understand how this goes together. And at the same time, I can educate you on how to do it. All right, so I'll be back shortly. Thanks. This is going to be pretty easy to put together. Most of it comes assembled already. We basically have to put on the front support and the back support, the seat and the handlebars. So, and then we have another piece of equipment, electronic equipment, and the pedals. So let's start with what they say. Basically, they give you almost all the tools. The only thing you're going to need is a mallet or a block of wood with a hammer. And I'll show you when we're going to put the pedals on. We have to kind of knock them in and then put a bolt on them. But I'm going to open this up now. This is all the hardware, and it's in one package, which is really nice and simple. And I think this is going to be pretty quick breeze. We're going to breeze through this. And I'm just going to prepare these 4 socket head screws and 4 washers. Those are going to be the first 2 things we use, and these 2 stabilizers. And I'm going to put my washers on the socket head screws now, so I don't have to do it as I'm working. And then they want us to put the back stabilizer on first, as they say here, I believe. Yeah, they want the rear stabilizer first. You're going to need a knife, and the reason you'll need this is to cut off the plastic, because they put tape on. And when they put the tape on, it's hard to pull with your hands. Alright, so that's the front. The stabilizer goes in on there first, and then we put the screws through. It's pretty quick and easy, I'll show you. And this is the back. Let's see. That's a little large. You got 3 Allen wrenches. Should be this one. Yep, that's the one. Okay, they also want you to use a block of foam so you don't damage the pins. So they tell us to swing this up first, like this. So I'm putting the front forward first, and we're going to put the back. And they don't want you to lay anything on this pin because you can break it. But if you use the foam, like so, that prevents you from breaking the pin. So first they want us to put the stabilizer. Oh, they want us to remove this plastic easily, as they say. So you have this plastic piece that's in here that you have to remove. And then you're going to slide the stabilizer in. And basically, I should turn this so you can see this. Okay. There we go. So we're going to slide the stabilizer into this groove here. I want to show you the groove, which is right there. And I'm just going to slide that right on in there, like that. And now I'm going to connect the rear stabilizer to this with two of the bolts. Those are the socket cap bolts. And this will go right into that groove, like so. And then I'm going to put the two bolts in. Get one started. Takes a little jiggle there. That one is started. Now I'm putting this one on. And the Allen key, a little snug first. All right. Now I'm going to tighten it down. They say 15 pounds. I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just tightening it up nicely. All right, that's the back. Back is in place. And now I'll flip it over and we'll do the front one, front stabilizer. I would say this weighs about 60 pounds, approximately. So same thing here. You don't want to put any pressure. You don't want to put that on the floor so there's any pressure to that pin. Forward for you. And I'm just going to stick that right under like that. All right, perfect. I need two more. And that stabilizer insert. We're going to remove the plastic piece that's presently there. That ends up getting discarded. I'm going to slide the stabilizer pin in. And these wheels, they go forward, front of the bike. And then you slide this cutout into this groove, like that. Okay, find the hole, start tightening it up. Okay, that's one. And you'll see these screws, they have what they call patches on them. This little blue, the black, blue, red, all kinds of different colors. That's to prevent the bolt from vibrating loose. So once it's put in, it stays. And it makes it a little tough to tighten it, specifically by hand. But you'll feel it, it snugs up. Okay. I'm just snugging that one. Then I'll tighten up the other one. I'll go back one more time. All right, that's done. So now our stabilizers are in place. That's the front stabilizer, which is this one here. Okay. See the two screws I put in, two washers on it. That's the bottom stabilizer I put in. That's all done. And here you can see how I'm using the foam to support the bike. I'm not even holding it. To support the bike, why I do this. And these pins have no pressure on them. Even though that's on the styrofoam, there's no pressure. All right, so let's put the handlebars on, which is this here, and the handlebars, and then we have the electronics and the pedals. Okay. Okay. Let's put the seat on first. All right. Okay, so there's a groove right here. You can see this T groove. And that T groove, let me show you. That T groove is going to slide right into that. And that's how you tighten the seat. Seat is tightened up so it doesn't move around on you. And the seat obviously should be forward. Slide it in. Perfect. And I believe that there is a setting, as I'm told, to prevent this from sliding out. But we'll look at that afterwards. All right. Next. Here is we're going to do the handlebars next. And there was this zip tie that was on here, like this. Okay? And I just pulled it off. So I'm going to pull that off. That's the electronics for the bike. Tells you how fast you're going and all that great stuff. And now we're going to put the handlebars on. God, this thing is heavy. Wow, wow, wow. So the handlebars slide on through the front. So this piece of plastic that's on here, I believe needs to come off. Because I don't think this is going to slide on with that part there. So bear with me a minute. Going back to the instructions. And these are the instructions for assembly, front and back. So I just want to quickly check. All right, there is a screw in here. So I'm just going to go in. I have the smallest Allen wrench that they give you, and that's what's holding that plastic piece on. So you remove that screw and this plastic piece, and I think there's another one down at the bottom here. If you have a flashlight, it's probably good to have the flashlight. Yeah. There's another one down here at the bottom. So there are two. Let me show you. So there's one right here. And there's another one where you can see the Allen key right there that I'm unscrewing. Okay? And I'm just going to unscrew that one. Yeah, that's it. Now the plastic piece is coming off. You can't put it off from this side because of this adjustment ball, which is your tension ball. All right, make sure you don't lose the screws. You lose the screws, you're screwed. You'll have to write them looking to get more replacement screws. All right. Unspin that a little bit because otherwise it stops it. I'm pushing it all the way back. And now I'm going to take this and put it back on. Just checking. Made sure it was going in. I just wasn't turning. I'm going to put the second screw in. 2 screws to this. Alright, now I'm just going to tighten the other one. So this, don't go crazy. Just tighten it up. Alright, that's good. Okay. Let's move on. So we have the handlebars in place. Alright, so you can see they just have to be adjusted. Tighten it down, bam. Seat, same thing. Your adjustment's right here. Your upward adjustment is over here. And I'll bring you through this again. Okay, looking good here. All right, on to the next. So now it wants me to install the pedals. So I'm looking to see if there's a left or a right. Well, it doesn't say anything about left or rights, but you can't really screw this up. The bottom line is the pin goes that way, okay, and your shoe should fall right into this cage, okay? So it goes on like this. And then there's a screw on the opposite side that we're going to tighten in there, which you'll see right there. And I have 2 screws for this that we're going to be installing this. So this is like a wedge here. If you look at it, you can see it's like a funnel. And then once you wedge this in there, it's going to be very hard to get it out. What's really nice about these pedals, these are professional pedals. So if you have someone in your house that just wants to use sneakers, you have the cage that you can strap on. If you use look bindings, you can snap right in. Okay, they're right there, you can see them. So you can use those too. It's up to you, whichever way you want to go. I use the look bindings. I'm going to snap right into this thing. It doesn't get better than that. That's the best. You're locked in, you can climb. Alright, that's the screw that goes in there. I have to go get a piece of a mallet to bang that in. So a lot of people don't have mallets typically in their house. So you have an option. You can get a regular hammer with a piece of wood. Just take a piece of wood and then bang it in. Okay, put the wood and then the hammer and bang it. Do not bang this with a metal hammer. You'll do damage to it. So I do have a mallet. It's what they call a sand mallet. You can hear it. Sand in there. Okay. I'm hoping that went in enough. We're going to find out. Alright, well I grabbed it. Okay, it's tightening up. And you tighten it up on the back side. They want 33 pounds of pressure. So you have to think about this. You're going to be climbing on this, on these arms. So you got to make sure that they're tight. And so I'm putting all my weight on here. I would check these again after you ride the bike the first time for a while. Yeah, that's tight now. Okay. And now I'm going to do the other side. And you can see the finish on that. So there is some, you can see some metal standing out, and that's the way I'm going to ride it. Just slide it in there, move the strap out of the way, and then I'm going to whack it in place. It doesn't go far. It goes in probably 1/8 of an inch, as you can see there. I think the screw brings it much further in. I'm going to back it up now, so where it's behind the back seat post. And the reason for that is because I can get right through here. The reason why I backed it up is because I can get right through here and put the screw in. Again, this is the screw. And I can get that in there. Start to tighten it. And now I'm going to get the Allen wrench. They provide all the tools. So this is pretty nice. If you have T Allen wrenches, it's going to obviously make your job a little easier. Or ratchet. You know, come to think of it, I do have the ratchet ones. But on this you need leverage. You definitely want leverage. And you want to make sure these are tight. They say 33 pounds. I don't know. I gotta come around the other side. Okay. Alright, as you can see, pedals in, both pedals are in, both done. Bike is basically assembled, and now we have to do the electronics. So they give us this mounting plate, bag of screws. This is in addition to this you buy separately, and okay, assuming it goes like that, like so, and then we put it on like this. Okay, I get it. All right. So this wire that's here, the wire comes up, it goes through this hole, and that wire, you'll see there's a groove right here, and you want that wire in that groove. And the reason why you want it in that groove, you want to make sure it's in the groove, is because when you tighten it up, it will then pinch that wire. If you pinch the wire, it's not going to properly work, and you're going to have all kinds of problems. I'm going to take this off here in a minute, but I get this now. There's four screws, 4 socket cap screws. This is a pretty quick, easy assembly, and you're going to need look at that. So they give us the Allen keys for everything except for the electronics. Gotta love it. Okay, so we have to put the foam wire into the back of the unit. It also has an USB. I guess you can download your information to the USB. I have to learn more about this. So that's interesting too. And probably charging it, I would guess. But I'll have to look further into this now. And they didn't give me a wire for that, so who knows. Alright, so I'm just going to snug these on there right now. And then I have to go up and get a screw. I mean, Allen key. So, let's see. I'm just pulling this up. Then I'll put it in the groove. There we go. You know what? I'm going to go get that Allen key now. I'm going to need it. Okay, so the Allen key you're going to need is a 5/32. That's the size of the Allen key that's going to be required. FYI. They don't give you that in the box. In assembly, this is going to be the hardest part. It's like in an awkward position. You get the first one going. All right, first one's on. So I'm just gonna get the screws started, and then I'm gonna go and play with that wire. It's 4 screws. Again, you don't want to pinch that wire. Okay, so now they're all in place. I'm gonna turn this around so you can see what I'm doing. I know it's gonna be hard to see, but the wire is right in here. And I have it placed properly. And now I'm gonna start tightening up the screws. I'm going to do these 2 top ones first. And it's going to snug them. And then I'm going to start the bottom one. But at the same time, I'm just going to double check that it's in the groove. And it is in the groove. So I'm good. Now I'm tightening it up. And this is a good snug tightening here. All right, electronics are in. Let's see if it works. I'm going to say they don't work. It's probably going to need charging, my guess. Sure. Yeah. So we're going to have to charge. That's what that's for back there. That USB. I'm going to go grab a charger and we'll get it charged. Alright. Here's a tough one. So to prevent this from sliding off, there's a screw that has to go in underneath here, and it stops the seat from traveling or you pulling it off. These are guides. This will get fixed as soon as I finish here. It's a 1, 2, 3 fix. So it take one of these little screws they give you 2, 4, 5, they give you 6 screws, and one of those screws has to go in under here, which limits the seat from traveling. Same thing going forward. There's one in the back here, and that one stops it from going all the way forward. So this is a tough screw to put in. Going to have to see, this one's going to be tough. So you're going to need some light for this scenario. And you can't do it with the seat off. You have to do it with the seat on. Very frustrating.
Here's some information.
Did I luck out? I don't know if I lucked out. Guess I must have. No, I did not. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let me just keep. Nah, that's not in there. You know what I'm going to do? I got a better thought. I'm going to tip the bike back so I can see it standing up. Let's see. We use the foam again, so we don't do any damage. Now you can see where that little screw is, that hole right there. Real pain in the ass. All right, let's go for it. Okay. Well, you can see what I'm doing here. And all this does is limit the travel of the chair or the seat. Nothing else. Okay. And there's a lot of turns. You'll think that it's not screwing in. You're gonna make a lot of turns, put that screw in. Okay, tighten it up. Now I'm gonna put the cap on here. There's a cap with 3 screws that go on that. The same screws go in there. Basically, they give you 2 caps. And we'll put the other one. I'll show you where that one goes. Just snugging. Put all the screws in before you tighten it up. So there it is. Okay, kind of have to play with it to get the screw hole. Okay. And we get this one. So this is the Precor SBX 869 unit. So, alright, now they're going to tighten them up. SBK 869. And I think that spinner and Precor, or spinning I should say, spinning, came to some deal, and they're both branding their product on the same unit, one by the other. Not sure, but it sure sounds that way. Okay, that'd be good. I'm going to show you. I have one more cap to put on, but before I do that, considering the position of the bike, I want to show you the wire. You can see the wire right there for the electronics. How perfect that is. That's the way you want it. All right. So you see this unit now goes back and forth. You set it to your position and you tighten it up. And this is your height. Set that to wherever your height is. And then you tighten it. But we'll go into more detail. This is the last cap to be installed on the bike, which goes on the bar, the slide for the handlebar. And this is to prevent the handlebars from sliding back towards you. Should the lock come loose, it will not let it come off the bike. This stops it. It's basically a stop. And you have 2 screws that hold this on. And really this is the final on this. Okay, that's snug. And I just need the last screw. I put the screws in my pockets so I don't lose them. It's so easy to lose these little things. And these are in a straight line. It's kind of an awkward spot because of this tension ball for the wheel. Kind of a hassle. But we'll get there. Okay. All right, so the assembly is complete. I have no extra hardware left over. They give you the exact hardware. So this is the travel of the handlebars that you can travel. That's your lock, okay? This will come on as soon as I start pedaling, and that's when this will come on. It won't come on until we start pedaling the bike, and then it generates power. This here adjusts the handlebars up or down. So you loosen it, pull it, and then lift to your height where you want to be. Right now I'm just going to leave it there until I sit on it and adjust it to where it works for me. That's your tension wheel. This is your tensioning screw, okay, for it's all the way tight. Just so you know, when you get it, it's completely tight. This is your adjustment screw to your seat to slide it horizontally, forward, back. Okay. There are numbers on here, as you can see. So this is your horizontal slide. This is the knob that tightens it. So, whoop, just turn it the right way. Tighten it. Okay, let's see. That should tighten it. There we go. Okay. So it's tightened down now, and it goes nowhere. Okay. And in here you have adjustment numbers. And then you have ABCs along here. This adjusts your vertical up and down. Okay, you unscrew it, pull the pin. You have to unscrew it out, like that. And it goes up and down. And then it goes up and down to what you want. And that's it. And then you tighten it up. So if you have two people using your bike, you have numbers and coordinates to set your equipment back up, so it's always the same for yourself. And if it's your significant other, they're able to set it to their settings, which is very nice. And the other nice thing about this unit is pretty heavy. So it does have these two wheels. So you tip it up in the back, and then you can move it to the other side of the room. And basically you would just do it like this, and now you can move the bike to where you want to go, and then place it down. So that's a nice feature. So I'm going to do another video on this. There are leveling on the bottom there. You can see that there are leveling knobs. You can adjust those to level. If you have concrete that is not level, you can adjust that accordingly. This is one of the top line bikes. This is the SBK 869. This is the top of their line. I like riding. I've been riding since, I don't know, 27, 28, and I love, road riding, but I don't do much of it anymore, so I'm going to start spinning in my house. Alright guys, you have any questions, put them below. We'll give you an answer. This is the Spinner Chrono stationary bike, and it is by Precor. We'll put all the information that you'll need at the bottom. If you like what you see, please share my videos so other people can see them. At the same time, please like and hit the bell so you get future videos. I'll let you know how the workout goes. Thanks, guys.